hello to the folks from Craft and the Food Network. My name is Carly Sakolove and I'm coming to you from Brooklyn, New York. And I'm going to show you how to use a New York minute and a New York dime to make a delicious meal. Alright, so I know everybody loves going out. I love going out. I'm so guilty of doing it way too much. But I'm going to take that $10 that I would have spent getting a side salad at a New York diner, and I'm going to make a delicious meal for two. And it's going to be restaurant quality, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. And it's going to be cheap, which is what we love. So, let's get started. Alright, what are we making today? I know everybody loves Thanksgiving. But we can't really do a Thanksgiving meal when it's springtime and we're getting ready for those bikinis, ladies. So we're gonna make a play on it. We're gonna do a springtime Thanksgiving dinner. What do I mean by that? Well, we're gonna make turkey meatballs. We're gonna stuff them with a delicious filling made with Philadelphia cream cheese, with dill, some sauteed garlic, spinach. We're gonna serve it over a whipped potato with chives and butter and Philadelphia cream cheese with a lemon reduction sauce, and it's gonna be delicious. So let's take a look at the ingredients. All right, we've got our turkey burgers. You can get those pre-made or you can do them yourself. We've got some spinach that's bathing in some water so the sand goes to the bottom. So there's nothing worse than a sandy bite of spinach. Some potatoes, fresh dill, chives, some lemon and garlic, some bouillon, some butter, some flour, some breadcrumbs, all the essential cooking ingredients right there, and of course our star, our Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, so we're sauteing up our spinach. Let's get a shot of that spinach. It's wilting nice and fast. We put in a little bit of vegetable oil and our minced garlic and our washed up spinach. Oh yeah, that smells so good. Alright, so I'm just finishing up the meatballs now. I'm going to show you exactly how I put it together by doing my last one for you. So we've got our turkey burger there, it's laid out. And I'm going to take some of this nice spinach that we just sauteed with the garlic. I'm going to spread it on that turkey burger. It smells really great. And you really want to get a thin layer going so it's not so bulky when you roll up the meatball. Also, you want to have a nice spinach casing for our star ingredient, our Philadelphia cream cheese. Looks pretty good. Alright. Now I've mixed our cream cheese with some fresh dill that I got from the local market. I'm going to take a dollop of it and put it right into the center there. Alright, now it's time for us to roll up this big guy. So don't be afraid, take the whole thing in your hand and just kind of pinch it, close it up. Yeah, there we go. Any place that you see green, just push it in. There we go. Last step here, I'm going to roll it in breadcrumbs. We don't need the egg because it's nice and sticky already. We'll save on our cholesterol there too. So I'm going to take all this breadcrumbs. We're going to make it nice and crunchy. I'm going to coat it. Okay, so next step, I am browning the meatballs in a pan with some vegetable oil. I'm going to brown them on all sides. You don't have to do this if you don't want. You can simply bake them, but I like mine to be a little extra crispy. Okay, so I've browned my meatballs on all sides. And they're not cooked through yet, but that's why we're going to throw them in the oven at 375 for about 20 to 25 minutes, just as long as they're cooked through and the middle's nice and hot. So now I'm going to get started on our delicious mashed potatoes. While we were working on the meatballs, I peeled, cubed, and boiled some potatoes up, and now we're going to make them into a delicious creation. So my grandma used to use her Foley food mill, but I don't have one of those. So I'm just going to use one of these handy little potato mashers, which I picked up at the local dollar store. Alright, so got our potatoes there, and I'm just going to start mashing them. I'm going to add some of my cream cheese, about 1/4 of a cup or so. I want to make them nice and creamy. There we go. And I'm going to start mashing that in. Oh, that looks so good. And you'll find it acts as a replacement for any milk or cream that you might be used to using. but it's really gonna get the flavor going through these potatoes. And of course, Paula, no recipe would be complete without some butter. So I'm gonna put about 3 tablespoons in there. Looks beautiful. And now we're gonna add some chives. Really bring some color out of this dish. I'd say two or so tablespoons. You don't want to overdo it on the chives. All right, so now I'm making the sauce. So you see I've melted about a half a stick of butter here. I'm using my special little mini whisk that I got as a gift. What I'm gonna do is add a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice, little tablespoon or so. Makes a nice lemony sauce. I'm gonna stir that up. And next thing I'm gonna add is a little bit of chicken stock that I made from a bouillon cube to save on money. About a 1/4 cup or so. And it's gonna give it some nice flavor. I'm gonna whisk it all together. And we have it on low right now, medium low. You don't want it to boil really, but you don't want it to be too low. So that's the base for our sauce. Now I'm gonna add some flour to thicken it up a little bit. Take about a tablespoon. I'm gonna add it in very slowly. So I have my whisk hand here and my floury hand here. Just add a little bit and whisk. You don't want any clumps in your sauce, so you want to whisk it nice. Now, if you don't have a cute little mini whisk like I do, you can use a fork or you can use a regular whisk if you have a larger saucepan. This is going to act as our gravy on our Thanksgiving feast. That looks just great. And of course, you got to put a finishing touch on this delicious gravy sauce. So I'm going to use some of our fresh dill, about a tablespoon to 2. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful? Okay, so we've cooked our meatballs. They're cooked all the way through. They cooked for about 25 to 30 minutes. They're nice and brown. You'll see I opened one up to make sure it was cooked through, which it was. And now we're gonna get to plating, which is very exciting. So I'm gonna take a nice hefty scoop of our mashed potatoes that we made. There we go. There's gonna be probably a lot of extras, but you can just save that or freeze it, whatever you like. All right, I made a nice well for our meatballs to nestle in. This is looking great. I'm gonna take 2 of our meatballs and place them in the center there. Oh, this looks so good. They're nice and juicy and crispy on the outside. It's great. All right, now I'm gonna take a little of our reduction sauce, our gravy, and drizzle it on top of those meatballs and all around. It looks so beautiful with the dill. Of course, you've got to garnish. I'm gonna take a sprig of dill, a couple of lemon wedges, and there you have it. I'm gonna go ahead and try these babies. Okay. Oh yeah, look at the inside. It looks so good. That spinach, that cream cheese. Just get a bunch of mashed potatoes and the sauce. Oh my gosh. It's so good. All right, I'm gonna finish this and hope you've enjoyed watching and we'll see you soon.